love to go home.
You know, guys, growing up, we all heard the stories of back in my day when they walked uphill both ways to school through 10 feet of snow on a South Carolina July day. Yeah, and if you think it's just your kooky old uncle with these stories, it isn't so. In fact, in some workplaces, there could be people who have been on the job for 50 years standing next to a recent college grad. Yes, a millennium next to the old guy hoisting his fist to the sky, complaining about the young whippersnapper. So the question begs anyway, how do we get along? How do we help with this intergenerational differences? Well, the matriarch of manners is here to break that down for us. Pamela Eyring from the Protocol School of Washington.
Good morning, Tyler.
So how do we do that? I mean, obviously, you know, I'm much older than you being 24, me being 26. We don't have that issue.
True, very true.
But very easily you could have a college grad next to someone who's 65 who's been in the workforce for a long time.
That's right. And what you have to understand is it's okay. We can get along. It's just understanding the era that they grew up in. So traditionalists, for instance, when I was in the Air Force, I worked for traditionalists. And so I was raised in that environment. And, you know, they value work. They value work a lot because they had to. World War II, the Great Depression.
You work hard. You don't
work hard.
It's
all about, I mean, you're there. You don't go home at 5 o'clock. Never. No. And same with some of the boomers. They tend to be, that is their career, their job, and they take it on. But millennials today, oh no, they have a life. And they really prefer, I'll work my 8 hours, but I'm going home. I'm done.
And they're done. And what, I mean, it feels like there's not like that sense of loyalty of duty to job anymore. Because the old guys, that's what they do.
Yeah.
What about feedback? I know we're in a world, and we are in a world of we have to make sure everybody feels good, and it's okay. And, you know.
I think the millennials are known for needing praise.
Right.
They need attention and praise. So if you are in a leadership role, that you need to understand that they want feedback. They want to know how they're doing. They want to do well. And so you have to spend a little more time praising them or sharing with them what those attributes are that they're doing well. Traditionalists and boomers, we're like, oh, once in a while is nice, but then we get a little bit, that's enough.
Yeah, what about when you have to have negative, when you've got these you know, very, very delicate kids who are used to everybody just building them up. If the boss says, you're doing it wrong, how can someone who maybe isn't a millennial give that, say, negative but constructive criticism?
I think you have to do it in a very light and circular way. You can't be as direct as say, you know what, you really messed up this time. Next time you're out of here. You know, where we probably would like to say that. You have to tap dance around it and say, you know, sandwich method. You remember that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Say, tell them
nice.
Something good, get the filler in there of what you did wrong, and then close it with something nice. They like that.
Do you think that's a good trend? Just in general, do you think that that's a good thing looking forward to the years to come?
They're going to replace us, Tyler. So, you know, we have to groom them. And I think by being honest with your own communication style and say, you know, this is very important to me as a leader and your supervisor, we'll need you to do this. Like, for instance, they prefer texting than phone calls. Many of them do. They don't make a phone call, they'll just text you.
Yeah, and I don't get that. Yeah, this is the communication
needs
right
well, they've
here.
been, I mean, they've been grown, they were born with it. So they're so used to it. But having those millennials come in, they can help teach you these things.
This is true.
And if they have patience, that is. You know, my daughter doesn't have patience with me too much, but when she does, she just does it and hands it to me. I'm like, okay.
Just give me that.
I'm like, thank you. What did you do?
I love it. Pamela Eyring, the Protocol School of Washington, talking about the generational differences between the boss and the newbie. And sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes the newbie is the boss. But we're going to put details for you at abccolumbia.com. Great stuff from Pamela. And we will see you again next week on a cell phone. Let me text you the time you're going to be here.
Okay.
Coming back.